We are losing Objective George. We have lost Objective Apples.
Sıhhi yardım çantası. Tedavi ol.
We have taken Objective Apples. We have taken Objective Butter.
Oh!
We have taken Objective Duff. We have taken Objective George. We have lost objective Edward. We have taken objective Butter. We have taken objective Freddy.
Hedefi ele geçirin.
We have taken objective Charlie. We have taken objective Edward.
Enemy bomber!
We have taken objective George.
Objective in the back! Good work, boys!
Hello everybody, my name is X Factor, and anything can happen in Battlefield 1, and you need to be prepared. Today we're going to go over how to set up your loadout, quickly change it, selecting different weapons and gadgets so you're prepared for the right situation. Do you need to be a medic up in close quarters where you're healing and reviving teammates, or do you switch it up, play scout, and drop some enemies from afar with a bolt action? It all starts here from your deployment screen. You're able to quick switch any weapon or gadget or any of the 4 classes, or you can hit the button in the lower left here called Customize to give you more in-depth analytical information for your selection. There are 4 different primary weapons available for the Medic class in the Battlefield 1 open beta. 2 variants of each type of weapon, if you take notice on the left-hand side. Now, they do share a lot of similarities with their rate of fire, the ammunition, the damage drop-off, the bullet drop-off. There will be differences in their irons, optics, than actual mode of fire. Some of these are able to go full auto and not just semi. There won't need to be any guessing games because you can see all this information on the right-hand side of the screen where it portrays the damage, accuracy, hip fire control, rate of fire, fire modes. For instance, this one is semi-auto, full auto, a fully loaded weapon, what it's capable of holding, the total ammo count, most importantly, the damage drop-off and bullet drop-off. Obviously, you can see this has a pretty flat projectile as the dotted line indicates, but the damage drop-off really falls off around 30 or so meters. So this weapon is really meant for close quarters combat. Still not sure which weapon to choose, where you can actually compare them in the menu. We've selected the 1907, and on the right, all the 1907 information will be in white. We've hovered over the Mono Dragon. That will all be colored green, red, or in yellow. It has more damage, more accuracy, less hip fire and control. The bullet drop model is identical. The damage drop-off is much less severe and better at longer range. Next up is your first gadget slot. As the medic, we have multiple things. We have the medical syringe, which revives friendly players, can kill enemy players. The medical crate, which when you drop it, is an area of effect heal for anybody in close vicinity. But if you're being shot at or suppressed, it will stop. Then, of course, you have the bandage pouch, which is a quick heal. You throw it on the ground, somebody runs over it, they're healing to 100% until they take enemy fire. Not close shots, but actually be hit. Then, of course, you have underbarrel attachments for your primary weapon. You have the frag, smoke, and HE. The second gadget slot is going to give you the same options as the first. You just cannot have duplicates, so I could not run 2 underbarrel weapon attachments such as frag and smoke. I have to choose one from that category, or I could not run double medical crate. I could run big crate and, of course, the bandage pouch or syringe and medical crate. The only question you have to ask yourself when playing medic, do you need to revive and heal, or do you need to revive and do some additional damage from afar? Battlefield 1 gives you multiple options when it comes to your grenade slot. There's the traditional frag grenade, the gas grenade, which will damage anybody that does not have a gas mask on at the time, impact grenade, which blows up when it hits something, incendiary grenade, the mini grenade, which doesn't do as much damage, but you actually get more of them, the smoke grenade, and the light anti-tank grenade. If you're the assault class, you get heavy anti-tank grenades, but you can also equip a light anti-tank grenade in your grenade slot, which is my favorite because armor is everywhere. If you hit the treads of a tank with one of these, it's going to do big damage and possibly keep it from repairing, keeping it in disabled state, allowing other people to pile on and finish the tank. Lastly, when it comes to melee selection, it's not just about how you take down an enemy and the animation. It's the damage you could put out going into that animation, the speed at which you do it, and of course the kill zone. But it doesn't stop there. Each weapon has special extra abilities as indicated in the lower right of the melee selection card. Can you take out enemy barbed wire? Can you take out enemy mines or harass enemy tanks? That'll all be determined by which melee you select, and melee for the right game mode or moment. So with that said, which melee do you think fits your personality or play style? As always, guys, thanks for watching, hanging out, and we'll see you soon.
Man, teamwork make a dream work.
Hell yes, Snoop. While it is possible to take on the battlefield alone, the structure of Battlefield is set up in that you get benefits from working as a squad, and you want to leverage that as much as possible to dominate. Each squad will have one leader and up to 5 players in it. In the bottom left, you can see who's in your squad as well as what class they are, and if you ever notice that you're by yourself or maybe only have one other player, go to the team setup menu and try and condense the squads. As you'll see in this video, there's some good benefits being in a squad, so you might as well maximize it. One of the biggest benefits is spawning. Battlefield is known for its map scale, which can be difficult at first to manage, but working together, you can maintain spawns and continue to push the line. If your teammate's alive and not in combat, you can spawn directly on him rather than having to spawn back at base and run or take some type of transport vehicle back up to the action. Because you're getting right into the fight though, be cautious of where you spawn. When you're in a squad spawning off each other, you're generally going to stay close to one another. And with the squad's indicator in the bottom left, you can see what classes your friendly squad mates are. Try and choose your class based on what the others are using or what the situation is calling for. If you have enough coordination, you should be able to get a pretty well-rounded squad, ideally synergizing classes to maximize your effectiveness. On defense with a couple tanks rolling in at you, grab a couple assaults with anti-tank rockets, a support to keep dropping more ammo and explosives, and a medic to keep everybody topped off on health and coming back to life. The best way to work together with a squad is through communication. Each squad has its own voice channel to communicate between each other. On PC, you can also incorporate text chat, which also works for the entire team. But through communication, you can give your teammates a lot more intel. If you're the passenger in a vehicle, you're likely facing a different direction than the pilot or driver. Calling out those players can help him make better decisions as well as yourself. If nothing else, you at least have the squad leader with the ability to mark priority objectives. If your squad works together and can secure the objective or defend it, you'll earn bonus points for the entire squad. And if he's not marking anything, through the same menu where you request healing, request ammo, you can also request order objectives. Just as you would expect in war, vehicles are some of the most powerful components of it, and you can amplify their effectiveness by calling out where enemies are coming from. Most vehicles are not meant to be used alone. Even with planes, they have multiple seats now. Spawn directly onto friendly squad mates' vehicles and control the skies with defensive turrets, calling out bogey locations, or operate on the back of a heavy tank, breathing fire onto enemies and calling out where people are flanking. With large squad sizes, people spawning off each other, and good communication going out, you should be able to strategize and dominate the battlefield. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Stone Mountain 64 for Battlefield Boot Camp.